3 p.m. and only on AM 580.
Weekday mornings 5 till 9. Get your daily dose of news, weather, traffic, and Jim Turner, Central Florida's morning news on News Talk AM 580 WDBO. Depend on it. Central Florida's news, weather, and traffic station. AM 580 WDBO. The station Central Florida turns to first for live team coverage of breaking news. News Talk AM 580 WDBO. Orlando, Central Florida's news, weather, and traffic station. Depend on it.
ABC News. I'm Richard Cantu. The search for a missing college student in New York State appears to have come to a grim end. Searchers found a body inside a park in Clay, New York, near Syracuse. 20-year-old Jenny Lynn Watson had been missing for more than a week after returning home for Thanksgiving.
All we know so far is that her parents left for work Friday morning at 9 o'clock. And then when they got home at 9 o'clock in the evening, she was gone. Police have said that the last time she was seen was at 11:30 Friday morning. They don't know how she left the house. The Sheriff's Department has not made any indication whether she disappeared on foot or if she got into a car with someone.
ABC's Raquel Asa in Clay, New York. Unclear what caused it, but a cargo plane has crashed and burned shortly after taking off from Karachi, Pakistan. The aviation authority says there were 8 crew aboard the plane. A large fire broke out at the crash site, so casualties on the ground appear likely as well. A Somali-born naturalized U.S. citizen is the latest to be snared in an FBI anti-terror sting. In custody in Portland, Oregon, 19-year-old Mohammed Mahmoud, arrested as he dialed a cell phone that authorities say he believed would detonate a car bomb at Portland's Christmas tree lighting. And while it was a sting, the argument might not work.
Typically in a case like this, the defense will claim entrapment, that this young man probably did not have the skill or the wherewithal to do a plot like this on his own, that the FBI initiated everything. But what the FBI has been able to do in recent years is to come up with cases where they let the case draw out and let the suspect commit overt acts.
ABC's Pierre Thomas. Research firm ShopperTrack says there were more than 2% more people in stores for yesterday's traditional start of the holiday shopping season, but day one sales increased by just 0.3%. Another retail researcher, Coremetric, says internet merchants saw a 16% sales spike. You're listening to ABC News.
Now, a WDBO news update from Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Police have just cleared up the scene of a crash at Goldenrod Road and University Garden in Winter Park. Investigators were there trying to figure out what caused a motorcycle to collide with a vehicle. The crash forced the closure of Goldenrod in both directions. Details are still coming in, but multiple injuries are being reported. The Florida Highway Patrol is conducting holiday traffic enforcement on Central Florida's busiest highways this weekend. Today, they're focusing on I-4 between Maitland and 436 in Seminole County. Troopers will use their eyes in the sky and FHP chopper to track your speed. If the helicopter clocks you going at a high rate of speed, you can expect to see flashing lights in your rearview mirror. Orange County Sheriff's deputies are investigating an attempted murder. They say they received a call around 7 o'clock this morning in reference to a man standing in the roadway trying to flag down drivers. 48-year-old Ray Cosby was found laying in the intersection of Clayton Street and Elysium Road with at least one gunshot wound to his head. He was transported to Orlando Regional Medical Center, where at last report, his injuries were said to be serious. Orlando detectives are working with a new composite sketch as they try to find the men who tried to rape a woman. It happened yesterday morning at the Blossom Corners Apartments on Curry Ford Road. According to detectives, the victim was standing outside smoking when 2 men approached her. She ran in her apartment, but police say the men forced their way inside, beat her, tied a lamp cord around her neck, and tried to rape her. She fought off her attackers, who eventually ran away. The victim is said to be doing okay tonight. For more on these stories and the important local news of the day, watch Channel 9 Eyewitness News tonight at 7. WDBO News Time 5:04. Traffic and weather are next.
Your top local stories, your top national stories, your weather conditions, your traffic updates, your entertainment place, all on our website, WDBO.com.
With me now is Bill Hull. He is the GM over at Massey Cadillac. And Billy, tell us more about the season's best.
Hey, Scott, it is that time of year, and we have some great lease deals for the holiday season, including the 2011 CTS Sports Sedan or the hot new CTS Coupe. Your pick, just $299 a month for only 27 months.
Yeah, and Billy, I saw the 2011 SRX leasing for $339 a month for 27 months. And every 2011 Cadillac comes with the new Cadillac Premium No-Cost Maintenance Program, which covers just about everything, including oil changes.
And right now, our used car business is so great, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. All makes, all models, low mileage or high mileage. We'll give you a check right there on the spot. Go to our website, MasseyCadillac.com, and click on the Auto Trader link for a quote.
And as usual, same great deals, both locations. 2 miles north of Colonial on John Young or just south of the Florida Mall on OBT, and always online at MasseyCadillac.com. See Bill Hull for more details and lease qualifications.
Good afternoon, it's 5:05 here at News Talk AM 580 WDBO, and it's time to check in with the 24-hour WDBO Safe Touch Security Traffic Network and Steve Maizano.
Checking the I-4 DOT cams right now. I-4 is up to speed in both directions through Seminole County. Westbound at Florida's Turnpike, I do see that there are a lot of vehicles, but there are no delays. Trouble-free on the toll roads at this time also. This report is brought to you by the Florida Citrus Sports Shootout. Catch the excitement of Orlando Bowl Week. New Year's Day, see the big showdown between Big Ten and SEC in Capital One Bowl. Tickets start at $45 today at Ticketmaster or fcsports.com. On the station with traffic every 6 minutes in the morning, I'm Steve Maizano.
Ticket jacket with you because we'll become chilly here this evening with temperatures falling quickly through the 60s. They'll end up in the low 50s by early Sunday morning with partly cloudy skies. Maybe a little bit of fog, too. Then Sunday afternoon, a mix of sun and clouds, mostly cloudy at times, however. Could be a sprinkle or two in those clouds, and highs in the mid-70s. In Severe Weather Center 9, I'm meteorologist Matt Makins.
And the latest scan of the WDBO weather radar shows no rain across central Florida. It is 67 in Lake Buena Vista and 66 here at News Talk AM 580 WDBO. Central Florida's news, weather, and traffic station depend on it.
The following hour was paid for by the host and does not reflect the opinion of AM 580 WDBO. The Pool Fanatics are on News Talk AM 580 WDBO. Brought to you each week by your host, Tony Caruso, and his company, TC Water Features. If you have questions about pool maintenance or have been thinking about adding a pool, spa area, or waterfall, you need to call now at 407-290-0058 or 800-329-5858. Now, the Pool Fanatics.
I have it on good authority that Santa Claus himself is a pool fanatic. That's right. He's got a heated pool and spa at the North Pole. You just can't see it, but it is there. And it was built by Orlando Luxury Pools, designed by Tony Caruso, and it even has water features. It is unbelievable. The water features are like candy canes, and they spray Kool-Aid into the air. So that's kind of cool, isn't it? So anyhow, give the gift of year-round swimming to your family. Build a pool. Or if you already have one, give the gift of warm winter swimming with a heating system from the pool fanatic himself, Tony Caruso. Last time we talked, you were representing O-Town in some faraway burg someplace playing baseball.
Yes, we were. And that was a chilly weekend, by the way. You remember that? We're on the lake, it was a little blustery, That
was cold.
Thank God we were by the hot spot. I'll tell you what, it sure kept things a little warm in the area. But yeah, we traveled down south. You know what? We enjoyed the weather down there. It was phenomenal. We had 7 breathtaking, clear days with no clouds. Makes a baseball fly forever. Once it's up in the sky, you have no definition. So, we played 9 games in 6 days, and, of course, we finished second in the country. So thanks for coming back.
Way to go, bud.
We worked hard. We thought about you the whole time we were gone. Believe it or not, we didn't want to do a show that day because we wanted to be in the championship game. And guess what? We did a best of that weekend. So,
nice.
Let's hope I don't work on too many best ofs. Well, we want to do it the way it is, live.
And I missed you last Saturday, but we were doing a little boat thing up where I'm from, and for about 20,000 people that came to see it. So we were very proud of that. So anyway, now that we're back together, a bunch of things to talk about today. But one is you've got to have questions about building a pool, having your pool redone, heating your pool, saving money on the pumps and the heaters, and just the best maintenance of a pool. 800-329-5858, 407-290-0058. Maybe it's time to add a water feature to your landscape. How about that? They can do it for you. But we're going to start off today by asking this question, because I'm sure there's a lot of people who think, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just go ahead and open up the phone book, and I'm going to find somebody to come up and paint my pool.
Wow.
Excuse me?
Please don't paint your pool. You paint your house, you paint your walls, you paint your car, you can even paint your grass. But don't paint your pool. Believe it or not, it's going to fail. And here's what I don't understand. I really don't understand this, is people think a inexpensive way to put a lining air inside the pool. By the way, it is, inexpensive to do, but you can do it every year. So when you drain your pool, by the way, you have to drain your pool, and you really need 7 good days of the weather that's going to be ideal to paint your pool surface. So once you go through the preparation of draining out your pool, 10, 15, 20, 30,000 gallons, whatever that may be, believe that or not.
Yeah.
And then you're going to clean it, and then you're going to paint it. And you're going to do it next year. And then you're going to do it the next year. Why? Is because it's going to oxidize. And oxidation is where you rub your hand on the walls, and you're going to get a nice powder, nice little white powder residual in your hands.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that what that is when I go to people's homes and I get in their pool and I wonder why I got chalky fingers?
It's either that or fiberglass. Fiberglass will do that too. That's a whole nother topic. We'll talk about when we're done with painted surfaces here. But you know, I went on last week was a busy week. You know, we had a lot of appointments come through from the radio last week, and we ran them as quickly as we could. We ran 7 appointments in 3 days last week. And one of them was a painted surface again. And I just can't for the life of me think of why someone would do that. Because guess what? When you want to put a real finish in the pool, like a quartz finish or a stone finish, the only way we can do that is to sandblast it off your pool.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
So you know, why? First off, for the $200 or $300 you're going to spend to do it, the liability of draining your pool and let's say it accidentally or unfortunately pops out of the ground, well, that could be a $30,000 mistake. And then you're dumping off $15,000. We're going to call it $15,000. You're dumping that down the sewer or out in the retention pond. You're going to replace all that water, and you're going to do this year after year after year after year. And I really, really hope that if you're going to consider it, talk yourself out of it. Wait another year before you have it redone correctly. But don't paint your pool surface. Sandblasting's no fun because the residual that comes off that sandblaster is all over the place. And what a mess to clean up. And it's just not good. It's just not good to do. And of course, now if you happen to put it on there and you're not a good weather person, you fail to get the weather just right, you're going to do it again.
So what kind of resurfacing applications are there that you can recommend?
Well, you know, we can do your quartz finishes. We do quartz finishes, stone finishes. We do crushed marble finishes. We also do a hydrazo, which is also a polished marble finish. And that's actually polished, by the way. There's a company here in town that supplies a product. It's basically marble dust that gets polished out. It has a little bit of aggregate in it. And when you're all done, I'm talking about, you think Marcite was smooth. Hydrazo is very smooth. We actually have to go in and overexpose the stairs so you can have traction to get out. And I'm talking smooth as a baby's bottom. I mean, that smooth is how Hydrazo will come out. And that come in a lot of colors, too. It's a premium finish. But, you know, then, of course, we can do tile finishes, too. We can tile the whole inside of your pool, which is, you take a little bit, it's a little tedious to do. We've done probably a couple dozen of those. We finished one last year. That took us about 3 years to do the whole entire project because everything was tiled. Everything. I showed you a picture of that a while back.
That's artistry.
Yeah.
I mean, whoa.
Yeah, it's nice to work on the same job for 3 years or being on the same tile job for 3 months. Yeah, 3 months to tile pool. And tile the pool spa, and the rivulate took 3 months. And then we had other fountains and stuff to do that, but those came in time. So, you know, another thing is if you have a fiberglass, or you're thinking about putting a fiberglass finish in your pool, please don't do that either. I'll give you a story. I was telling my aunt, we had my aunt over for Thanksgiving. We had my father and some friends over, and we were laughing about her pool. And I begged her, please do not put a fiberglass finish in your pool. She says, no, I do. It's 25-year warranty. I said, you know what? You're gonna take a warranty from somebody that's gonna give you 25 years. They have no proven track record. So she puts this fiberglass finish in her pool, and you know what? It was really cool. Looked really good for a while, till it started getting fuzz balls on the side. And then she started looking. She calls me over and says, "What's this?" I said, "It's the acrylic or gel coat coming off the outer part of your surface." Oh. I said, "You know what? And see that? Press on that little wall spot right there. See that breathing right there? Is delaminating from your wall." So she called the company up, and you know what? They're not honoring nothing. And I hate this. You know, we stand behind what we do. If I'm going to give you a 3-year warranty on something, I'm giving you a 3-year warranty. They gave her a 25-year. After 2 years, it failed. So here's the sad part about that is we drained her pool, and by the way, that fiberglass really came right out of her pool. And it was actually sharper than the razor blades that we used to cut some of it up. That's how sharp the stuff was. So back in the day, we used to pump our finishes. We used to pump quartz in. We were having this little story. We had a knot in a hose. We were actually coming out of the pumper, pumping into a pool, and the hose knotted up. And boy, that's a bad idea because you're pushing that under pressure. And that hose gave away, and we cleaned up quartz out of her trees for 2 days. Yeah, we were wiping leaves down, pressure washed the house. So, I really told her not to do it. She did it anyway, but it come back to bite me in the rear end because, now we don't pump finishes anymore only because aggregate can be a little bit unusual at times where it's not as consistent as you want it to be, and it gets a little knot. It's going to give somewhere. Weakest place is the joints. So it gave. Man. So we laughed about that. So I don't recommend putting a fiberglass finish in your pool, my friend's pool, my neighbor's pool, or don't put it in your worst enemy's pool. Do not put a fiberglass finish in or paint the surface of your pool because it's going to cost you extra money. And in most cases, it's going to cost you, probably about 20% to 30% more to resurface your pool because you got to sandblast it. And the mess you have is incredible. The mess is incredible. So anyhow.
Okay, let me ask you about this. You go to a lot of the pool stores, and you see this. You see these floaters, and it's real simple. You put the chlorine tablets in there, and you throw in your pool, and you are off to the races, honey. Problem,
big time.
Okay,
the ducky looks good, the geese looks good, the alligator head looks good. They all look good in the pool. But I'd like you for doing this, and I mean this not in a very nice way, by the way, because all that's going to do is ruin the finish in your pool. So I'm not going to get too technical here, but I will for a little bit.
Sure.
The pH value of the chlorine tablets that you put in your floater is 2.9. So when your pump's running and you put, let's say you have 15,000 gallons, you put 3 tablets in, and it floats around the pool for 8 hours a day. For 16 hours a day, when the pump's not on, it's sitting in one spot, dropping that low pH chlorine out on your surface of your pool, and it's going to eat your finish off. So those of you who have a floater, get rid of it. Put a chlorine dispenser in, i.e. a feeder or a chlorine generator, salt generator. Put something in that you can control the volume of sanitizer being dispensed in your pool, because with a floater, there is zero ability to do that. You have little slots on the bottom you can kind of open, quarter way or whatever. Then you're never going to have the same amount of chlorine in your pool dispensed anyway. So those of you that tell me that when I come out and look at your pool, that your pool finish isn't ruined because of that, I'm telling you it is, because acid will eat up literally anything. And what it's doing is it's eating the finish off your pool. So put in a dispenser. Put in a chlorine generator. Do something better than the floater. The retail guy loves to sell them to you, and you're going to buy them for $20, $30, $40. Don't do it. It's money that you don't need to spend. You're not getting good information. Most retailers are not pool builders. They're in the business to sell you supplies. I'm being honest about that. I was a retailer for 10 years.
Right.
And my wife didn't want me to be in the retail store too much because I could talk too much and I gave too much away. So, don't want to stay away from the floater. Please consider getting rid of that floater and going into a tab dispenser or a chlorine generator like an Aquarite or an Aquarite Pro.
And there's also the problem, they'll just sit in one corner all the time, right? They don't go anywhere.
Well, just think about this. If you lived on a lake and thing going around the pool, your pump's set to run 8 hours a day and it's going around like it normally would, and you think it's doing a good job because you're throwing liquid chlorine to offset what it can't do. But you're on a lake, and the prevailing wind keeps it against the wall. And it's every day it shuts off, it's against the wall. And notice that part of your pool. Go out, folks, and rub the wall where that floater sits and rub it. See how aggressive that wall finish is versus another part of the pool.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. I tell people I like them for doing that, but I don't mean that nicely. I mean that nicely only because, you're just putting money. You need to put money in the kitty because you're going to eventually resurface your pool because you ate it up.
Mm-hmm.
So...
All right, we're going to talk about some sponsors and some suppliers. Who do you trust in Central Florida when it comes to people that can help you with your water features and your pools and your pumps and all that sort of stuff? We've had one or two guests along the way that have represented some of those companies, but today Tony's going to kind of go through a little list of the people that are proven professionals and people that can be trusted. We're going to talk about that coming up. We are the Pool Fanatics, and we're right here on News Talk AM 580 WDBO.
Weather. What do you need to know?
Heat advisories have been posted. It will feel more like the low 100s.
The quick 2 inches of rain, gusty winds over 50 miles per hour.
Get the picture?
If it's going to rain, I want to know what to wear.
So you don't get wet.
Not be cold, so I know whether to put sunscreen on my kids.
Got to know whether you need long shorts or short shorts.
I love hot weather.
Drink a lot of water, a lot of sunscreen.
Weather reports.
You're the only radio station where we're getting our news from.
News Talk AM 580 WDBO. Turn it on. Keep it on.
The Central Florida International Auto Show is coming to the Orange County Convention Center Thursday, November 25th through Sunday the 28th. Explore the latest 2011 model cars and trucks, exotics, hybrids, 5 ride and drives, and more. All in a no-pressure, non-selling environment. Sunday is Kids Day. All kids 12 and under are free with a paying adult. The Central Florida Auto Show, November 25th through the 28th at the Orange County Convention Center. More info, discount tickets, and coupons at autoshoworlando.com. The Central Florida International Auto Show. New rides, new technology, one location. Don't miss it.
You know, when it comes to professional landscaping, there is just so many ideas that one could have for one house. But it is the experience and it is the artistic individual ability of the individual designer putting it together that can make it fair, good, or what I like to call Garden Rebel awesome. Give us a call at Sims Landscape, 352-383-3303. If you are tired of going out to nurseries and continually choosing the wrong varieties because you don't know how big they get, you don't know if they're buggy, you don't know if they're going to completely freeze out on you, well, we'll tell you the right varieties. You can get them from us and you can do your own planting, or we can come out and our crews can do everything. GardenRebel.com, and you can write to me also for a free landscape estimate. GardenRebel@AOL.com. That's GardenRebel@AOL.
Hi, this is Dale Gardner, owner of Senior Helpers here in Central Florida. Join me every Saturday at 6 a.m. for Living Well, an informative program about a senior in your life. Senior Helpers is an in-home care provider for seniors, whether it's you or a loved one. Meal preparation, companionship, housekeeping, errands, these are just a few of the services we offer. Call us at 407-628-HELP. That's 407-628-HELP. And listen this Saturday at 6 a.m.
There's so much in life worth celebrating. Birthdays, anniversaries, reunions. And nothing makes them more magical than celebrating in wonderful Disney style.
This is WDBO's Jim Turner. How about celebrating the holidays with me? I'm hosting a special live broadcast party at the Walt Disney World Resort. I'd like you to be my guest. Log on to WDBO.com, keyword celebrate.
It's Jim Turner's holiday celebration at the Walt Disney World Resort with News Talk AM 580 WDBO.
Things I'd like to do, but I know I'd get the dog squeeze kicked out of me. Hang around a golf tournament and kick the first idiot that screams, "Get in the hole," right in the nads.
The Neil Board Show, because somebody's got to say it.
How about this one? Stand at the door of a welfare office collecting cell phones as you walk in. Hand over your cell phone.
Boards, the high priest of the Church of the Painful Truth.
Walk up to some clown on the street with a loud Harley Davidson and shove something up his exhaust pipe. And then do something to make the Harley quieter.
Ruler of his own little world.
Then this, stand at an urban street corner with one of those horns, the compressed air horns, and when somebody comes along with $10,000 worth of woofer equipment, and all I can hear is this, I want to walk up to the car, stick the horn through the window, and blast him with the horn.
Neil Bortz, weekdays 9 to 1, right after Central Florida's Morning News on News Talk AM 580 WDBO. News Talk AM 580 WDBO has Central Florida weather top of mind. Detailed forecasts can be found online at WDBO.com.
It's the Pool Fanatics right here on News Talk AM 580 WDBO. If you're watching football, you can multitask, you know. You can listen to the radio and dial us too. That would be triple tasking. 800-329-5858 or 407-290-0058. So grab another beer, and we're going to sit here and talk about who do you trust? I mean, especially, Tony, I guess when people first get to Central Florida, they must be just mesmerized by all of the many vendors that do so many things. And the one thing that Florida doesn't lend itself to is if you move to Boston, there are certain companies in Boston that have been there 300 years.
Oh, yeah.
You move to Kansas City, it's the same way. We have mutual friends in Kansas City. But, I mean, goodness gracious me, you come to Orlando, we're a pretty new product. We've only been here since 60-something, the biggest boom since Disney.
Right.
And so there's a lot of people come down here and they just can't say to their neighbor, You know, give me the guy that's been building pools for 900 years in Florida. But you're about the best there is and the longest lasting. But who do you trust out there? Who can they call?
Well, let's just give you an idea how loyal I am and how loyal my subs are to me. I've had Armstrong Aluminum with me since 1992. That's a pretty good. That's 18 years.
Yeah.
Jim's only I think Jim's only 42 years old. So I hooked up with him when he was like 24. So he's been with me ever since. One of the most loyal people I know. Thick and thin, he's always there. Magic Marsite, been with me since 92. Bill, still probably 24, 26. Still loyal. Anything I ask him to do today, tomorrow, 6 months from now, in warranty, out of warranty, they're in my back pocket all the time. Abrams Town and Country, 26 years.
What do they do?
They're my electricians.
Oh, cool.
They're my electricians. My pre-grade guy, you like this? Corky's Bobcat service since 88. That's 22 years. These people like me, and they like working for me because first, I'm a lot of fun to work with. We enjoy what we do. I don't beat anybody up. I never have, never will. You do an honest day's work, I'll give you an honest day's pay. That's just the way it works. You know, construction is one of those variables. You know, it's not like manufacturing where everything's assembly line. You don't make a mistake. You got 3 seconds to do this and move on to the next part. You know, my people stick with me. Joe McGrady Excavating, been with me since 96.
Well, see, I mean, the important thing you're talking about your subs, and one of the biggest complaint I've heard since I moved to Florida in the late 70s was it may not be the GC who's the bad guy, but boy, there's a lot of subs around here that they can't even depend on. You've been working with the same subs all these years. You know they're going to be there on time.
Not only, I can't tell them when to be there because they're subs. I can tell them what I need you there on Tuesday, but I can't tell you Tuesday at 6. But check this out. There's no sub has ever noticed the owner of one of my jobs. Ever.
Wow.
Ever. That's huge. 29 years. They've never said, oh, Tony, you're a slow payer, You know why they want to work for me? Because I pay my bills on time. We used to pay every week. We pay every day. Sorry. Some people that think they cringe at that. But I know it's in my bank at the end of every day. I do.
Interesting.
You do a job for me, I pay you today. I pay tomorrow. We just do that because you know what, Rob? If I take care of you, who are you going to be in line to service next?
Well, and I'm going to give you the best price.
Well,
because I know I'm getting my money that day, and I'm not going to have to carry you for a month.
All of my vendors, and I have a handful that offer me 2% discount, 2% 10, net 30. I take the 2%. Hello? This is not worrying about. I don't have to worry about Nick over here to pay me, so I can pay Rob, he can pay his bills. I don't do business that way. Never have, never will. I mean, that's just, but corporate, if I was a big, huge corporation, I would have to do it because that's what my shareholders want me to do. That's what corporations do,
Sure.
We used to write checks every week, every 2 weeks, whatever.
Yeah.
Now we do it all the time because we can. We're able to do that because my people, and especially things that are today, it's nice to, what's in goes out. We pay, do the work, I pay you. I also have some great sponsors again. Jack's Magic was on last week. We talked about stain and scales in swimming pools. Stains don't come in the bag. How do we get rid of those? By the way, folks, it's getting pretty chilly out. Water's going to start go below 65 degrees, so stain treatment is not going to be an option once the water temperature gets below 65 degrees. And yes, you did hear that correctly. 65 degrees is about the cutoff temperature to do stain removal in your swimming pool. So if you're thinking about doing that and you're waiting till it gets a little cooler, you're wasting your money. I'm telling you right now, don't waste your money. That's free information that no retail store or pool builder is going to give you that, but Jack's Magic will because they have the largest selection and largest amount of products for removing stains from your swimming pool. Leak Doctor, great guy. The Atlantic Pool and Supply, they're my solar company. They're going to do solar power pool pumps. I'll have them on December 4th or the 11th. And of course, my friends over at Superior Solar, they're wonderful. Don't have a swimming pool and treat it like a boat. It got cold out. You're going to put the boat up for 6 months. Put some solar heat on that pool or put a heat pump or a gas heater on there if you have natural gas. If you have natural gas heat's not a bad way to go. But utilize that pool. You're not going to swim in January. You will this year. I totally believe this year is going to be a warmer winter.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, a lot warmer. So getting 10 and 11 months out of your pool this year is really not going to be a problem. So, and if you don't want that pool, I'm also Spa Crest is one of my sponsors too. We just ordered up a really nice spa last week. The people wanted a TV. I got them a TV. Little pop-up LCD TV. Got a Bose surround sound system. Got nice LED lighting in there. Got 97 spa jets, and 30 of those are foot massagers. Let me tell you what, and nothing like having your feet massaged in a spa. And it's 45 degrees out,
Ooh.
Yeah, and you're in 104-degree water. Beautiful.
Telephone numbers and websites.
407-282-4911, or visit us at OrlandoLuxuryPools.com. Amazing things can happen in your backyard.
You're talking about paying every day. I pay Nick, my producer here, every weekend before I leave. I give him his check, but then, see, Nick is so concentrating on what he's doing, is I hand it to him, and I turn it over and say, "You're so famous. Give me your autograph." Then I take the check back. All right, very good. We're taking calls, 800-329-5858 or 407-290-0058. Give me your autograph, Nick. There we go. Right here on News Talk AM 580 WDBO.
The station Central Florida turns to first for live team coverage of breaking news. News Talk AM 580 WDBO, Orlando, Central Florida's news, weather, and traffic station. Depend on it.
Early sales figures from ShopperTrack show about 70 million people were out on Black Friday, a more than 2% increase from last year, and spending was up, but just a little. Final sales stats are due out tomorrow. No word on what caused it, but a Russian-built cargo plane bound for Sudan has crashed into a housing complex in Pakistan's largest city, Karachi. Latest info this half hour is that officials and news outlets are saying several people were killed. Worried about the cold wave hitting parts of California, citrus grower Nick Hill in Clovis, he's using high-tech wind machines that start automatically when the temp drops too low. It puts the trees into a semi-dormant stage for less damage.
I grow a lot of specialties. Lemons are my biggest concern. They're low in sugar and they take damage pretty easily.
If you bought cheddar cheese made by Bravo Farms at Whole Foods, take it back or get rid of it. There's a recall because of listeria and E. coli contamination. 38 people in Arizona, California, Colorado, Nevada, and New Mexico sickened. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
First thing Monday morning, when you wake up, get team coverage of the day's top national stories. News Talk AM 580 WDBO. Depend on it.
Business banking just got easier with cash management banking from Centennial Bank. Use your office PC to make a deposit, transfer funds, generate payroll, plus bank after regular banking hours or on weekends, and you may even get faster access to your funds. Find out more at one of Centennial Bank's 6 Central Florida locations. Call 888-372-9788 or visit my100bank.com. Business banking that really is better from one of the strongest community banks in America, Centennial Bank. Member FDIC.
Okay, that's 700 orders of manicotti to go. So, are you an elf?
Was it the ears, the bells, my zeal for Italian cuisine?
Well, it's just that.
I know, you don't get many elves in here, right? But with my Discover card, I get 5% cashback bonus. And that, my friend, is some real cannoli.
Now through December, get 5% cashback bonus at restaurants, clothing, and department stores with Discover card. Sign up at discover.com or call 1-800-DISCOVER. It pays to discover. Limitations apply.
Good afternoon, it's 5:32 here at News Talk AM 580 WDBO, and it's time to check in with the 24-hour WDBO Safe Touch Security Traffic Network. Here's Steve Maizano.
Hey, a check with the I-4 DOT cam shows the I-4 is moving well in both directions. You're good to go on the 408, 417, and 528 too. Near the attractions, there's an accident to watch out for on Universal Boulevard at International Drive. Police are on the scene. This report is brought to you by the Florida Citrus Sports Shootout. Catch the first college basketball game at Orlando's new Amway Center. It's UCF versus Florida in the Florida Citrus Sports Shootout on December 1st. Tickets start at $15. Get yours today at Ticketmaster.com. On the station with traffic every 6 minutes in the morning, I'm Steve Maizano.
Take a jacket with you because we'll become chilly here this evening with temperatures falling quickly through the 60s. They'll end up in the low 50s by early Sunday morning with partly cloudy skies. Maybe a little bit of fog, too. Then Sunday afternoon, a mix of sun and clouds, mostly cloudy at times, however. Could be a sprinkle or two in those clouds, and highs in the mid-70s. In Severe Weather Center 9, I'm meteorologist Matt Makins.
And the latest scan of the WDBO weather radar shows no rain across Central Florida. It is 67 in Sanford and 68 here at News Talk AM 580 WDBO. Central Florida's news, weather, and traffic station. Depend on it.
when it matters most. Remember News Talk AM 580 WDBO, Central Florida's news, weather, and traffic station. Depend on it.
This is Scott Inez. The Magic visit Washington tonight. I'll have WDBO Coors Light Inside Magic live from NBA City Universal City Walk beginning at 6 on the home of the Magic, WDBO.
Yes, indeed. It's the Pool Fanatics featuring Tony Caruso, the owner of Orlando Luxury Pools by TC Water Features. Man, they are so cool. You've been with us now, Tony, 3-4 months now. Have you noticed something? I've been on the air here at this station 20-something years, and we've had a lot of producers. Spelling is not a real big thing at UCF.
Let's see here. I have to. I bet if I put that in my phone, we could probably have some figure out what that word means. But at the end of the day,
it's like on the Magic Mechanic Show. You know, it could be a Cadillac, but it's spelled Buick. I'm not sure how that works, but anyway, quit dumping it, Nick.
Hey, I didn't do it this time. All right.
That's all right. You know, we'll let Teresa tell her what that means. How's that?
Teresa from Orlando, welcome to the show. Calling in at 800-329-5858, 407-290-0058. What we're laughing about, folks, is because you can't see the word here. It's oxygenized, OXAGENIZED. I'm not even sure if that's a word, but Teresa, what are we talking about here?
I had saw advertised. It's either ionized or oxygenated pools.
Ionized.
And
it's ionized.
Okay, so I was just wondering what that was and how does that differ from either a saltwater pool or a chlorine pool?
Well, I'll give you some history. I mean, put your history cap on. This goes back about 2,000 years. About 2,000 years, believe it or not. Copper kills bacteria. Silver kills virus. That's what ionization does. You as you send water through an ionizer plate, it's going to kill the bacteria. It's going to kill the virus. But the only thing it doesn't do, it doesn't oxidize your water. It won't make it sparkle. So you have to go in there and you have to put a product in your pool that's going to make it sparkle. And I'm going to ask you to really do some really good homework or research before you consider putting an ionizer on your pool, because that copper that kills the bacteria is also going to plate out in your pool finish and make your pool finish turn blue. Okay, so blue staining in your pool because it's copper. The silver does exactly what it's supposed to do. I did ionizers about 25 years ago, but it's not good on your finish. If you don't stay on top of your minerals, it is going to eat your finish up. It's very effective, by the way. The Romans did it. That's how they stored their water back in the day. They used silver.
Really?
Yeah, copper and silver. Go back in the history books. But the word water feature came from them, you know? So, Teresa, before you consider doing that, do some research on it, because I don't personally believe in them anymore. Technology is much more superior than ionizers today. But do some research on it. You know, I do. If I'm going to do anything, I put on probably 2 or 3 chlorinators this year. Everything else has been salt generators.
Really?
So, yeah. Is Teresa still there? Are you still there, Teresa?
Yes, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, I got a question for you. Did you get it? Did you find this in a magazine? Did you hear somebody talking about it?
No, it's actually because I recently found out that I have cancer, and I'm just looking at different ways health-wise, and I know getting in a chlorine pool is not healthy.
Well, let's explain the different levels of chlorine. I mean, are you on city water by any chance?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, you have chlorine in your city water. You have chlorine in your city water, unless you're having it removed through a taste and odor filter. And you know chlorine
right.
is. You know, are you for sure chlorine is not good for you?
Right, it's not good for you.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's other ways to sanitize your pool. You can use bromine. Bromine is an unstable form of chlorine. We'll call it an unstable version of chlorine. You can. There's some people out there that use a Bacocil or.
That was real big for a while. Wasn't
it was big for a while.
Wasn't that
but, you know,
like a fad?
Yeah, it was. What problem was it wasn't something that was solid. You know, you could use ionizers very well, but you have to still have a little bit of chlorine residual. But ionizers cut out about 90% of chlorine, by the way. Have you done anything? Have you done any research about ozonators? I'm sorry.
I just had seen that, and so since I heard you saying you're pool specialist in the business for a long time, I thought you might know something about it.
Ozonators are a great supplement, by the way. Ozonators are O3. O3 can pretty much kill anything. I mean, in controlled environment like your pool, it'll kill bacteria and virus. Just won't make your water sparkle. So you need to put some small residual in there to make it sparkle. But ozonators are big. A lot of people put them on with conjunction with chlorine. Just need a little bit of residual to make your water sparkle. That's all. So consider that. That's a great way of treating your water. But very good question. Thanks for calling in.
Okay, very good. Thank you. And the phone lines are 800-329-5858 or 407-290-0058. Again, toll free, 800-329-5858. Amazing things can happen in your backyard.
Yours too. Think about that.
I got a real tiny backyard. I'd have to have a spa.
Oh, man. You can have a spa.
I could have a spa back there.
You can have a spool, too.
Excuse me?
A spool.
Well, what is that?
It's a part pool, part spa.
What is that the thing that people tell me about that they swim in?
Yes. Well, that would be a swim pool or a fast lane. Do you remember who we talked about that a week or so ago? I got a little note that says, "Can I ski in that?" Do you remember that conversation?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. The little 7x10, 10x12 pool with the old swim jet on there. You can crank that thing up, by the way, and flat out swim against some serious currents. So
you talk about getting in shape.
Yeah, big time.
Wow.
Yeah. You don't need a lot of pool for that. Just enough to go in there and you can strap yourself in, crank this bad boy up, and just go to town. Really, really work hard. That's great, no impact activity. But no, I don't recommend you skiing behind it. I know it's got enough current behind it, but I'm not really sure. Is it 12, 14 miles an hour to get up on the skis? Yeah, you don't want to ski in a swim pool.
No, that'd be a little nuts,
you don't want to
wouldn't
do that, Well, I'm not sure you're going to hit the sides. You're not going to hit the sides, so yeah. But
I don't know.
Yeah. Spool. Part pool.
A spool.
Yeah, part pool, part spa. Generally a little deeper than a spa, 4 or 5 feet deep. You can stand up. Now, people think of a spa as a little 3-foot deep thing. We can do stand-up spas, too. You can do stand-up, have wall massagers up and down the wall. You stand up and get a full body massage.
So much therapy.
Yeah.
You talk about bringing down your blood pressure.
Yeah, big time. What I really, really please, as much as you want to have a nice cool one to drink while you're in the spa, 1 cold one's 2 cold ones. Think about that. 2 cold ones equals 4 cold ones. 4 cold ones equals 8 of them. Reason is because you are so relaxed. You're in the spa. What's it doing? It's beating on you good. It's making you relax. You're chilling out, so you're going to get really, really tired. So please consider not overindulging yourself while you're in a spa and limit yourself to about 20 minutes at 104 degrees. And if you have high blood pressure, do not sit in a spa above body temperature.
And I know that we're not doctors, but I do know that if I talk to people who have really painful arthritis, the hot spa is so good.
It's very
good.
They
feel so much better.
I've built some cold spas too for people that had MS, and that's really helped.
A cold spa.
Yeah. Believe it or not, we heat pools and we chill pools here, by the way. We put chillers on pools. We put chillers on spas. I had to do, this was about 6 or 7 years ago, maybe about 8 years ago, we did a spa that needed to maintain 50 degrees. Yeah. Could you imagine 50 degrees? Hypothermia in about 6 minutes. But that's all you need. You only need enough to go in there and cool the joints down. This is a therapy that was prescribed by the doctor, so we built it according to the prescription. Believe it or not, doctors can prescribe that stuff. Yeah, 50 degrees.
Really?
Yeah.
That is very, very unusual.
Yeah, but you know what? When you're in such pain, a little bit of relief. If it happens to be cold or
but
ice
you couldn't
packed,
stay in there long.
No, I've had
Not
my
at
share of cold
50
water.
degrees.
I don't do cold showers no more, man.
I don't think I'd like that too much.
Yeah.
But you were talking about, before the show, folks, we were talking about taking cruises. Did it amaze you on the cruise ship how big those pools are getting on a cruise ship?
Yeah.
That's an awful lot of weight, isn't it?
Yeah, that's an awful lot of weight. That's an awful lot of displacement because remember that water does splish splash. Remember their water doesn't splash out of the pool. It's hidden in a little gutter type system.
Yeah.
There. And
but
some
it
of those
used to be all over the deck.
Oh yeah. But guess where the pool is too? It's on the top heavy part of the boat.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, the top heavy part of the ship.
That's right. Never say boat.
Yeah, never say boat. I enjoyed my cruise. The only cruise
Have you ever put a spa on a yacht in Florida? You've done everything else.
No, I've delivered them to the boathouse before, but I've never put them on the yacht yet.
Where's the strangest place, and this is probably going to cost me my job, that you've put a spa?
3rd floor of don't laugh.
Well, I was just thinking of this hotel I went to a few weeks ago, And it's a name brand hotel. I wasn't going to $1 an hour place. It's a name brand hotel. But when you walked in the living room, there was a spa right there in the living room.
Well, this was a historic. This is a historic house downtown, on the 3rd floor.
Oh no!
Now I had to go over a railing, so we had to use a pettibone or a really, really long forked forklift that lifted this thing up on the 3rd floor. We put it up there, right? But I did not order it. I'm sorry, I did order it. They gave me the specs. They gave me the dimensions. I ordered it. We put it up on the 3rd floor, got it all set up, filled up and everything. The designer comes in and says, "This is not going to work."
Well, what about the weight factor on the floor or wherever it is?
They threw that factor in there. The thing held about 600 gallons of water, which is somewhere around 2.5 tons. Plus the spa weighed 850 dry, so about 3 tons sitting up on the roof. And they didn't. It stayed up for about 3 days, and they said it doesn't work up here anymore. So anyhow, let's see. That was the 3rd floor was pretty cool.
That's nuts.
Yeah, we've actually put them inside the house, but there was actually a let's call it a converted sunroom, and then they actually air conditioned it. So I really don't recommend them indoors unless you have a way to dehumidify the house.
Well, wouldn't there be? I was going to ask you humidity, but wouldn't there be a chemical smell too?
Bromine. You just go to bromine. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah. We did Embassy Suites down on International Drive. There's and the Granada Royal. I'm not sure what the hotels are called. Granada Royal is one on I Drive and one up in Altamont. Indoor pools, half indoor, half outdoor.
Now that's cool.
Yeah, we've got a couple of them here on Windermere that are actually indoors. It's on my website. There's one on my website. It's the one that looks like there's beer glasses in there. By the way, that's a photo prop. That's pine saw and water. We'll give it a little bit of head, make it look like beer in those glasses.
But you see a lot in towns that are almost like borderline south. If you go to Atlanta,
yeah,
you'll find a lot of hotel pools are inside and out, where the glass comes down even into the pool.
Right, Rob. When Tina and I went on our 30th anniversary, we went out to Seattle. We went down to San Francisco, up through Yosemite, and back up into Seattle. We stopped at a and I'll tell you right now, and I won't tell you the name of the hotel, but we pulled in there. The laundry room was in the pool room. When I opened the door, I swear I was going to fall out. The chlorine smell, chloramines, heated, was so intoxicating, it wore in my chest for another day. It's big time. You don't want to get a high dose of chlorine because it really puts a heavy load on your chest. But I tell you what, I went to the front desk. I said, folks, you can't have this. First off, shock your pool because you need to burn off the bather weight. That's that chlorine smell. 2, you're heating this up with this residual and no ventilation in the building at all. And there was kids in there. Yeah, not good.
That's
not good.
It's harmful on your lungs.
It's big time. It's a carcinogenic. I mean, you want it does in its controlled value. It's wonderful, but don't get out of its controlled value. I mean, that's like anything. Do everything in moderation. Don't overdo it.
Good
so
Lord.
Yeah, that was the most intense indoor one we've ever done. Now we've done wraparounds before where we've wrapped the pool around the back of the house, where you look out the back door and there's the pool.
Who does your like decks and stuff like that? Because a pool is a pool, and all the stuff you do around them makes it so cool.
Yeah, we do. I have 2 deck contractors that do pour concrete for me. They're the best in the world. They absolutely, it's an art to pouring concrete. You just don't back the truck up, let it roll out. That would be my buddy Todd Emery. We've been buddies for about 32 or 33 years. And Bob Lambert. He is. We've been friends for about 20 years. Then I have my subcontractors who do my paver work. Now that's probably my least length of time I've had a sub with me is about 5 years. Is my paver guy.
Well, the pavers haven't been around that long,
yeah,
right?
But it's taken place. I love pavers because you know why? Your deck already comes cracked. Did you like that?
See, I like that.
Your deck comes cracked.
You taught us the first week something about pavers that some of my neighbors have now told me that they listened to this show and it saved them because they contacted a paver company. And this guy came out and he said, well, you don't need this. You don't need that, what you've seen from my competitor. You need this. And they asked him about how long it would keep its color. And the guy made an excuse to leave.
Yeah.
Because you were telling us about pavers that lose their color.
Well, it's because if I'm going to be competitive apples for apples with you and you're going to sell, my competitor's going to sell you pavers and I am too, they better be colored all the way through because that's what I'm going to sell. I can't see, Rob, I just can't stoop myself to not selling quality. I can't stoop myself to offer you a 1-year warranty on what I build for you. I'm not afraid. I went out, when you were gone last week, I went out and visited a job that a company came out and they plastered a pool. They bond coated it. They drained it, bond coated it, put the finish all in the same day. And it failed within 2 years. And the company that applied it offered them a 10-year material warranty, but only gave them a 1-year labor warranty. Why do you think they did that? Come on, give me an idea. Why would you give me a 10-year material warranty and only give me a 1-year labor warranty?
Yeah.
Are you afraid that your workmanship's not that good?
Because after the year, they didn't want to eat it.
Well, come on, man. I mean, you can't do that. You're going to spend $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 on something you can't trade in. You want to make sure that the warranty on that product is going to be there beyond its useful life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 1 year, we don't do 1 year on anything. That's terrible. It's actually embarrassing in my industry for someone to offer you a 1-year warranty. But you know what? That's how people can get that $30,000 pool to $20,000. They cut the ties after 366 days. You are done. You are done. No longer do I have a warranty on your pool. So, we still stand behind what we do. We offer great warranties on our products. Remember that base, that base for that paver's 4 inches thick. My competitors will do a little 2 inches, 1.5 inches, whatever, and then all of a sudden the deck starts to settle, the weeds grow through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There
See
you
if
go.
anybody up there in that neighborhood you live in, there's 87 some odd thousand people live up there.
And they all buy the best and only cry once.
That's it. And I
That's
guarantee they probably don't have any weeds growing through their pavers because they got great contractors up there, putting in some good products. And that's what you want is products that are going to stand. You don't want to drive the car in a driveway that sinks.
Yeah, and with believe me, with our standards up there better not be any weeds growing through anything. 800-329-5858 or 407-290-0058. It's the Pool Fanatics, and we're taking your calls right now on News Talk AM 580 WDBO.
Make the first button on your car radio your traffic button. Set it to News Talk AM 580 WDBO, Central Florida's news, weather, and traffic station. Depend on it.
If you're about to purchase a vehicle that isn't a Mercedes-Benz, we have a question. Why?
I can't afford a Mercedes.
Mercedes? Are you kidding? I'd love one, but not on my budget.
Hundreds of Central Floridians said exactly that until they visited Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando and discovered just how easy it really is.
This is Ray Forsyth with Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando. Right now, for only $6 under book value, you can get behind the wheel of a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz or a new 2011 C300 for only $339 a month. See dealer for details.
I was going to buy a Camry until I realized I could get a Mercedes for the same price. A Mercedes!
The luxury and prestige of owning a Mercedes-Benz is within your reach. Come to Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando and let us show you how. For a limited time, test drive a new or certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz and receive a limited edition gold coin set. No obligations.
Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando, across from the Mall of Millennia and online at mbso.com.
It's the stack of money with the googly eyes that wants to save you money. Today's Geico cash saving tip is to reduce warm-up. Reduce warm-up idling to less than 30 seconds as long as windows are clear. Drive slowly. Avoid rapid acceleration for the first few miles to let your vehicle warm up. This cash saving tip is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO.
Folks, you've heard Larry Perry, the Magic Mechanic, extol the superior quality and value of AMSOIL products, but many of you still do not know where to find AMSOIL in Central Florida. Well, get a piece of paper and pencil and take some notes because I'm going to tell you where you can find AMSOIL in Central Florida.
Throughout Central Florida at all Action Gator tire stores. In Fruitland Park, Weirsdale, and South Leesburg at Ace Hardware. In Wildwood and the Villages at Ace Hardware. In DeBerry on Diplomat Drive at SNS Auto Repair. In South Orlando on OBT across from Fields BMW at Integrity Automotive. In DeBerry at Bob Gorman Brake and Alignment. In Orlando on South OBT at Ace Hardware. In Winter Park on Lee Road at the Magic Mechanic. In Oviedo, Sanford, and Longwood at Ace Hardware. In Winter Park on Fairbanks Avenue at Triangle Auto Parts. In Leesburg, 1 block south of Highway 44 on Highway 27 at Automasters. And throughout Central Florida at all Action Gator tire stores.
One place, 4 days. The Central Florida International Auto Show. Coming to the Orange County Convention Center Thursday, November 25th through Sunday the 28th. Come explore the latest 2011 model cars, trucks, SUVs, crossovers, major domestic and import manufacturers. Check out customized SEMA concepts, pre-production models, and the latest alternative fuel vehicles like the Chevy Volt and Nissan Leaf. Don't miss the high high-end exotic cars or the special collection of popular TV and movie cars direct from the big screen to the auto show floor. Want more action? Friday through Sunday, test drive new models from Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Kia, and Toyota right at the show. Sunday is Kids Day with an appearance by SpongeBob SquarePants and special giveaway courtesy of Ride Makers. Plus, all kids 12 and under are free with a paying adult. It's fun. It's affordable. It's the Central Florida Auto Show. Free opening day tickets or coupons at participating Winn-Dixie, Firehouse Subs, and the UPS stores while supplies last. More info, discount tickets, and coupons also available at AutoShowOrlando.com. The Auto Show is sponsored by the Orlando Sentinel and produced by Motor Trend. Don't miss it.
S&W Kitchens. Remember the name S&W Kitchens. Scott Inez back for S&W Kitchens. Folks, they're the best. I've seen it up close and personal. The Inez family very happy with the work S&W did on both our kitchen and our guest bathroom. It was just time to update those two rooms, and the specialists at S&W, from the initial consultation through the design phase to the selection of products and our expert installation, they were all terrific. I like the way they do business. If you have been thinking about remodeling, they make it easy. And you know, for 32 years, S&W Kitchens has been your premier source for all your kitchen remodeling, bathroom remodeling, countertops, and cabinet refacing needs. Visit SandWKitchens.com. Spell it out, S, the word and, WKitchens.com, or call their number, 407-965-1120. That's 407-965-1120. S&W Kitchens. This is Scott Inez. The Magic visit Washington tonight. I'll have WDBO Coors Light Inside Magic live from NBA City, Universal City Walk, beginning at 6 on the home of the Magic, WDBO.
It's the Pool Fanatics, and you're in tune to News Talk AM 580 WDBO. Big Magic action coming up right here tonight. 800-329-5858, 407-290-0058. Talk about some of the really cool things that the water features can do in a pool or a spa. It's not just water spraying up anymore. They thanks to computers, they can do just about anything, can't they?
Anything you want them to do. We want to leap it. You know, go out to Epcot and look at the leapfrogs they did out there years ago, the little clear rods. That's kind of where the laminar technology comes from today, is they did leapfrogs. You know, they would leap it from one pot to the next pot and not spill a drop of water.
Yeah.
That's done through high-pressure tubing is what it's done through. You know, the tubing's already charged up with water, and all you're doing is open an actuator for a split second, shoot that clear rod out there to the next pot, and and that's all just synchronization through solenoid valves. You know, most solenoid valves are normally closed. All you do is give it a millisecond to open up through a program. It's going to be computer programmed, and it'll just leap. That's where technology comes from.
But this is now applicable to a home situation.
Oh, yeah. Music, water, light. You want them all three? We'll do them all three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like you changed your pool and your outdoor lighting features for Halloween.
Yeah.
I imagine now if we come to your home, it's a festive red and green.
You'd be amazed. If you come to my house, guess how I turn all my lights on? With my Hayward ProLogic control system.
Whoa.
Check it out. All I got to do is I go out back. I got two buttons. I got cabana lights and yard lights. Hit two buttons because half my yard is wired on one side, the other half's on another. Just hit two buttons, all my lights come on. I put in about 14,000 lights just today in the backyard.
So pretty soon your iPhone will have an app for that.
Yeah.
You know, they've got apps for everything else.
And when I built my house, I built soffit outlets in my house for Christmas lights. And I basically have an outlet in every planter in my yard that's controlled from inside my house as well. So kind of a pre-plan. You know, I only had one house prior to this one. Everything that was in the other house I didn't like, I put in this new house that I do like. I walk in one door, it turns the light on. I walk out the other door, it turns the light off. You know, think about what worked, what didn't work. So when it came to Christmas, I had my backyard I didn't wire for Christmas lights, but I had outlets, so I run it all off my control panel, which is really cool. I can tell it to come on and off at a certain date and time, run for a certain period of time.
So, folks, your backyard can become, as Tony always says, amazing things can happen in your backyard. It can literally become like the most beautiful amusement parks and theme parks we've got in Florida. You can actually do that at home now.
Tonight, when I get home, I'm going to program my waterfalls, my LED lights, my laminars, my LEDs and my laminars, and my yard lights. Guess what? I have a box that hooks to the computer. Now, all of a sudden, we're making programs out of it. Yeah, one button's going to turn it on. Computer's going to tell everything else what to do. Yeah, It's out there, and you can have it. Believe it or not, a pool builder can help you out with that. If he knows what he's doing, he can put the software together, put you in the right direction for your control panel, and you can operate your backyard off your control panel.
And you can have dancing waters, colored water, anything you want.
Yeah. I can actually go in and create my own light show with my 4.0 LEDs. Yeah, because I have the color module that goes with that. You know, again, I can monitor my chemistry for my house too. I have pulled up on the computer, gives me real-time information what my pool's doing. Yeah.
Now, see, folks, that's what you need. Websites and phone numbers, Tony Caruso.
Websites is OrlandoLuxuryPools.com. You can call us at 407-282-4911. Again, that's 407-282-4911. Remember, amazing things can happen in your backyard. Now, listen, we're getting into the cooler months, and next week we're going to talk about what you need to do to prepare your pool for the holidays, if you got family coming over, or what you're going to prepare for the cooler winter. But only hire a Florida Swimming Pool Association contractor. That's FSPA, folks, and only hire a licensed contractor.
At that. All right, thank you so much. All kidding aside, we have the best production engineer in the business.